Hello everyone, once again you are welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Clarice Ihoma Okonji and this is the Beloved Prodigals. In my first two videos, I've done an introduction and also a first point on why children leave home unceremoniously. Today we'll be discussing or talking about another reason why children leave home unceremoniously. Remember, this is the Beloved Prodigals. So another reason why children leave home unceremoniously is because parents are not physically present. Children need their parents to be present physically, to be able to attend to their needs, to be able to validate their feelings, to be able to give a support system. So when these parents are not around, these children, still being in their formative years, may be tempted to leave home so that they can enjoy the life that they think their parents ought to give them that they have not given them. Do parents have reason to be physically absent? Yes, absolutely. Parents need to go to work. Parents need to work to pay bills. Some parents leave home as early as 6 a.m. and they come back as late as 9 p.m., 10 p.m., some even later than that. And these children, when the parents are leaving, they are either just getting up from bed or still asleep. Some of them barely have time to discuss with their parents early in the morning. Later in the day, when the parents come back, it's either they are very tired and no time for discussion, or they are coming in with a bad mood, or the children themselves have slept. Just this last week, I had a talk with a parent and she opened up to me that she has a supermarket. She owns a supermarket. She goes there in the morning around 9, then comes back home around 3 p.m, takes an hour or 2 hours sleep, and then goes back between 4 p.m and 5 p.m to come back around 9 p.m or later than that. And what does that imply? Implication is that the children are not able to discuss with such parents. Remember, she left at 9. By 9, they've left for school. Sometimes she drops them in school. When she comes back at 3 p.m, they are not back from school. They meet her at home, but she's also hurrying to make food and then go back to the shop, to the supermarket. Now the husband is not around at all, so it's only her, and then she has engaged a lesson teacher to take the children. But apart from the academic work, the lesson teacher cannot take care of these children's needs. They cannot discuss with the lesson teacher. Of course, it's beyond his responsibility. They can't discuss, so there is a vacuum. And these children, though these ones are, they are between the ages of 7 and 9, but as they grow, there is a lacuna, there is a vacuum, an emptiness that their parents' absence have created. These children are not able to relate with their parents, and since they are still young, they have an impressionable mind, and so they can easily be coerced into going out to look for that companionship, that physical presence that they are missing at home. Secondly, some parents are not around, or they are in the by virtue of divorce and second marriages. The man may not be there, and the new wife may be having issues with these young children, adolescents, teenagers. And so what does that mean? That means that these children, because they are not able to see the first parent or the biological father, they may have issues with the stepmom, which they may not be able to discuss with their father. We all understand how it is, for a father to, stand against his new wife. It's almost not possible. I went through that myself as an adolescent, because I lost my mom early. Okay, so the fathers are usually in between, and most times they support their wives. And so these children, there is a lacuna in their growth. The father is not there. The face they see as a parent, that is the stepmom, is not giving them that comfort, that validation, that encouragement. And so they find themselves leaving home unceremoniously, looking for a loving arm, looking for validation, looking for encouragement that the absence of their fathers has created in their lives. The third reason why some parents are physically absent is when grandparents are the ones taking care of a child. Sometimes by design or perchance, some parents need to give their children to their own parents to parent. And we understand how some children can be a handful, especially at their teenage years. These grandparents are not able to parent these children the way that the biological parent will be able to do. These grandparents may not be physically around. Recently also, I had a talk with a grandparent who is parenting her, I think, 15-year-old son. She's having so much issues with this boy, and she engaged me to, help in speaking to her on what to do. My point here is that this grandparent, she's not always around. She's a grandma. She also has her business to run. But the child needs somebody that is agile, somebody that can listen to him, someone that, they can talk on the same level. A grandma cannot do that, unfortunately. And so what does this portend? It means that this boy or people in that position will naturally want to go out and look for a home or a place that provides that physical presence. And most times, I tell you, these children end up at bus stops. These children end up sleeping in uncompleted buildings. These children end up sleeping in abandoned vehicles. These children end up, going to brothels or hotels when they are girls. These children end up on the streets. They end up, homeless. They end up hopeless. These are the prodigals. This is another reason why these children leave home unceremoniously, the place of parents that are not physically there. So the solution is this. Most times, we have to get our daily bread. Most times, we cannot stop divorce from happening. Things happen that we did not plan. Sometimes, we find ourselves dropping these children with our parents. What is the solution? The solution is to create quality time. Yes, you may not be able to make it 3-4 hours on a daily basis, but if you're seeing the children for 2 hours on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, make it quality time. Make it quality time. Make it quality time. Have interactions with them. Have discussions with them. Try and pry into their minds. Ask them open-ended questions. Take them for walks. Because they are adolescents, they can even understand the fact that divorce happened. Understand the fact that you will not be there for them every day because you have to, get your daily bread. Understand the fact that you need to have go to another marriage. But you need to align with their thoughts. You need to make them understand the situations. You need to describe what you're going through. You need to be vulnerable. You don't need to assume. You don't need to guess. You need to lay your cards on the table and let these children, these adolescents, these teenagers, these young adults, help them to understand where you are and where you want them to be. Secondly, you can also help them by engaging them in curricular activities, engage them in swimming classes, engage them in taekwondo classes, engage them in ballet classes, engage them in chess classes. Let them find something to do when they come back from school. Find out what they want in the first instance. Do they like to write creatively? Do they like to build things? Do they like to, want to be sculptures? Do they like music? Then engage them in what they like doing. We say that the idle mind is the devil's workshop. If these children are engaged, then their minds are active. They may not be able to find that vacuum too big. They will not even think about leaving home unceremoniously. And even when the thoughts come to their mind, they will discuss with you because they know you're going to understand them. Don't forget to like, to share, and to comment. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to meeting you again on this channel that I call the Beloved Prodigals. Remember, if you are that child that have left home because your parents were not there physically, if you are that child that left home because your grandma or your grandpa could not align with your thoughts, if you are that child that went through a terrible time in the hands of a step parent and you left home, we are asking you to have a rethink. We are telling you that we may have failed you as your parents, but we love you and we want you back. Thank you, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.